Venus and Nemo. The Secret of Moonlight Lake. Once upon a time, in a peaceful little village surrounded by green hills and fragrant lavender fields, there lived a sweet 7-year-old girl named Venus. Venus had soft chestnut brown hair that fell gently around her shoulders and bright green eyes that sparkled whenever she discovered something new. She loved nature. She loved listening to birds, watching butterflies, smelling flowers, and most of all, looking at the stars. Behind Venus's home was an old pond surrounded by tall willow trees. It was not an ordinary pond. Whenever the moon rose in the night sky, its silver light touched the water, making it sparkle, as if thousands of tiny stars had fallen into it. Every evening, Venus would take her little lantern and walk to the pond. She would sit quietly beside the water and watch the moon's reflection dance among the gentle ripples. One warm summer evening, Venus was sitting beside the pond when she noticed something strange. A tiny red light was glowing beneath the water. Venus leaned closer. "What could that be?" she whispered. The red light slowly moved toward her. Then, suddenly, a little fish appeared above the surface. He had beautiful ruby-red scales with tiny golden sparkles. His body was round and adorable, and his little heart-shaped tail moved gently from side to side. His large eyes were warm and friendly. "Hello," said the little fish. Venus stared at him in surprise. "You can talk?" The fish smiled. "Of course. My name is Nemo. I'm Venus. I'm happy to finally meet you." "Finally? I have seen you many times," Nemo explained. "You come here every evening to watch the stars." Venus laughed softly. "So you have been my secret friend all along." "Perhaps," Nemo said with a playful smile. That evening, they talked for a long time. Nemo told Venus about the wonderful world beneath the pond. Venus told Nemo about butterflies, flowers, birds, clouds, and the stars she loved so much. They talked until the moon was high in the sky. Then Venus noticed that Nemo suddenly looked sad. "Is something wrong?" she asked. Nemo looked toward the deep water. "There is something I must tell you." Venus listened carefully. Far beneath this pond is a magical place called Moonlight Lake. "A lake beneath the pond?" Venus asked. Nemo nodded. "In the center of Moonlight Lake stands a magical crystal called the moon crystal. It gives light to our underwater world. But lately, its light has been fading. Why? No one knows." Venus thought for a moment. "Maybe we can find out together." Nemo's eyes brightened. "Would you really help me?" "Of course. Friends help each other." And so their adventure began. The next evening, Venus returned to the pond. Nemo was waiting for her beside a giant lily pad. "Step onto the leaf," he said. Venus carefully climbed onto it. Nemo began swimming in circles around the lily pad. Suddenly, silver rings of light appeared on the water. The moonlight filled the rings. The water began to open, revealing a glowing path beneath the pond. Venus gasped. The lily pad slowly carried her downward. A transparent bubble of magical light surrounded her, keeping her safe and dry. Soon, they entered a beautiful underwater world. Glowing plants danced gently in the water. Tiny lights floated around them like stars. Colorful fish moved peacefully through the crystal-clear water. Their first stop was the home of an old turtle named Tantan. Tantan had a large moss-green shell covered with glowing patterns that looked like ancient maps. He welcomed them with a kind smile. "Welcome, little travelers." Nemo explained their problem. "The moon crystal is losing its light." Tantan thought quietly. "Perhaps the wise octopus, Morris, can help you." Venus and Nemo thanked him and continued on their way. Soon they reached a magical underwater library. Books floated gently through the water. Glowing pearls lit the coral shelves. At the center sat Morris, a friendly purple octopus wearing tiny round glasses. Venus explained everything. Morris listened carefully. Then he smiled. The moon crystal does not shine because of magic alone. It shines because of kindness, friendship, and joy. Venus looked at Nemo. What happened to the creatures here? They have stopped helping one another, Morris explained. They no longer sing together, play together, or share their happiness. If you bring friendship back to Moonlight Lake, the crystal will shine again. Venus smiled. We will try. Their first stop was the Valley of Singing Shells. Long ago, little seahorses gathered there every evening to make music. But now the valley was silent. Venus picked up a seashell and gently tapped it. Ding! A soft, beautiful sound floated through the water. She tapped another shell. Then another. Soon, the seahorses began to join her. They sang together. They laughed. The valley filled with gentle music once again. Far away, the moon crystal began to glow a little brighter. Nemo smiled. It is working. Next, they traveled to the rainbow coral forest. There they found groups of colorful shrimp arguing over the brightest coral. That one is mine. No, I found it first. Venus gently gathered them together. One coral can be beautiful, she said. But look at all the colors when they shine together. The shrimp looked around. They suddenly realized how beautiful the entire forest was when every coral shared its light. They stopped arguing. They smiled at one another. The rainbow coral forest began to glow like a rainbow. The moon crystal became brighter again. Venus and Nemo continued their journey. Along the way, they found a little golden starfish who had lost its family. They searched together until they finally found them. The little starfish happily reunited with its family. Later, they met an old crab carrying a heavy pile of seashells. Venus and Nemo helped him carry them home. With every act of kindness, the light of Moonlight Lake grew stronger. But the moon crystal was still not shining brightly enough. At last, Venus and Nemo reached the heart of Moonlight Lake. There stood the enormous moon crystal. Its silver light was very weak. Nemo looked sad. Maybe we didn't do enough. Venus gently touched the crystal. Inside it, tiny lights were slowly moving. She remembered Morris's words. Kindness, friendship, joy. Then Venus had an idea. Nemo, bring everyone here. Nemo quickly swam away. Soon, creatures from all around Moonlight Lake began to arrive. Tauntaun came. Morris came. The seahorses came. The shrimp came. The little starfish and its family came. The old crab came. Everyone gathered around the moon crystal. Venus smiled at them. Today, you helped one another. You shared. You forgave. You laughed together. And you remembered how wonderful friendship can be. A gentle silence filled the lake. Then one little seahorse began to sing. Another joined. The shrimp softly tapped their tiny claws. The turtles added their deep, peaceful voices. Soon, everyone was singing together. The water began to sparkle. The tiny lights inside the moon crystal started moving faster. Brighter. And brighter. Then, suddenly, the entire crystal filled with silver light. A beautiful wave of moonlight spread across the lake. Every coral began to glow. Every flower opened. Every little creature was surrounded by warm, magical light. Moonlight Lake was bright again. Nemo smiled happily. We did it. Venus smiled. No. We all did. That night, the creatures celebrated together. But their celebration was gentle and peaceful. Soft music filled the water. Tiny lights floated like stars. The moon crystal shone above them. When it was time to leave, Nemo guided Venus back to the magical tunnel. The lily pad slowly carried her toward the surface. Soon, Venus was sitting beside the old pond once again. The moon was shining brightly above her. Nemo looked up from the water. "Will you come back tomorrow?" Venus smiled. "Of course." She waved goodbye and walked home beneath the stars. From that night on, Venus visited the pond whenever she could. Sometimes she and Nemo talked for hours. Sometimes they watched the stars together. And sometimes they simply sat quietly beside the water. Because true friends do not always need words. Sometimes, sharing a peaceful moment is enough. And people say that even today, when the moon is bright and the night is very quiet, a tiny ruby-red light can sometimes be seen beneath the surface of the old pond. Perhaps it is only a reflection. Or perhaps it is Nemo, still watching over Moonlight Lake, still carrying the light of friendship. And perhaps, somewhere beneath the silver moonlight, he is waiting for Venus to return.